announced it there that we have a new DJ coming on next Sunday night. And I'm delighted there that he can join us on the line there at the moment. Good evening, Vincent.
Hello, Willie. How are you? And hello to all your listeners out there.
I'm good now, good. This is Vincent Murray there from Ashford, a man that has a lot of music down through the years put through his hands with bands and venues. You've seen it all, Vincent.
Well, I've seen a lot of Willie. I suppose at my age I've lived through the Soapin era, particularly, right
Yes.
from the 60s right up to the 80s opening, and that would put 40 years, but then I started promoting dances. Actually, my first band that I promoted was Paddy O'Brien.
Oh, lovely.
And then I followed with Declan Ernie and all the ones, John Hogan, Nick Craven, all the ones were big on the day. So I've done, I think it's 23 different venues over the last so many years.
Oh, yes. And you're still going actually Monday night. I see you have Jimmy Buckley down in the Woodlands.
Yeah, the Woodlands is very successful for me at the moment now. It was an unusual night to take on, but the hotel didn't have any other night, and I said I'd run for 6 weeks to see how it will go. And obviously people were starved to have entertainment during the COVID, so they really had to get out. So
Yes.
lucky enough, it was taken off on the big scale.
Yeah, it is full houses every night down there with you nearly.
Well, generally, no, most nights are good, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And
we're kind of the only place in the south that has a Monday night, but in the whole country, I believe, no, for a big band dance on a Monday night.
yes, and well, I suppose it is nice to have a different night of the week too. Like the way thing has gone, like it is kind of down to a couple of nights the weekend, didn't it? Really, there's no.
It is. No. Oh yeah. No, prior to COVID, when I was doing the wine at the Woodlands, now about 15 or 16 years, was the Woodlands in it there. They said I was doing Sunday nights before the COVID came in, and actually after that, then when I came back to it again, they didn't have Sunday nights out for me because the weddings, there was a backlog of weddings to be catered for.
Oh yes.
So that's how the Monday night came about. So what we did then purposely was to bring it back earlier, because it's the first night of the week for a lot of people. They're back working.
Yes.
So we have it all over for 11:30 on the Monday night.
Oh yes, that's it.
A lot of people are home in their beds from nearly 12 o'clock, which is not bad.
No, it is not too bad at all. No, like this. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like to have it all over early on the Monday night for the Tuesday morning. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the band was on each night. Now we say from 9:30 to 11:30 we will come to DJ on. Prior to that for an hour and a half from 8 o'clock. And it's all over 11:30 people out the door before 12 o'clock.
Ah, yeah, that makes all the difference, like, yeah. And
seemingly now it has been successful anyway, thankfully.
That's good to hear. But I suppose you are a Mayo man, and you came to Mill Street from Mayo, I take it.
I did, unfortunately, there for Mayo for my sins, because unfortunately we can never see Sam, and I wasn't born when they won the last set back in 1951, so and yes. I don't think I'll ever see one, unfortunately. So well, it is, I can't do nothing about it, unfortunately.
So,
yeah, I moved down to Limerick actually at Ashford in 1980.
Yes.
And I was working with Tesco's in Queenswood before I was an area manager with them, so I decided to go out on my own. And I met a Belly Daly woman actually, yes. She O'Riordan, Belly Daly, and we got married in 1984.
Ah, yes, lovely. No, so no, always a very warm welcome for us anytime we're up in. Even if we're only passing through the day, I was only up there last week, and I had to go in for the tea and night passing, which is something that's not done.
You're always welcome to open house here. You're always welcome to come. No problem.
Yeah, and no, it is like another probably the people locally now that know you from running the Hollow Lodge, and it's there you were there like for a good few years as well.
Yeah, the Hollow Lodge was another very good venue. I started off as first of all the Ashford Tavern here beside me here, one which unfortunately has gone a long time now as well. And the next big one I suppose was the Duhallow Park Hotel, Duhallow Lodge. Originally it was called the Isle of Skye.
That's right,
and,
yeah.
I was in there for about 10 or 12, 14 or 15 years I think. And the place closed down. I got 3 or 4 weeks notice only, and unfortunately it's on the green site at the moment.
That's all, yeah. So
I moved on from that then to the Mellow Park Hotel I wasn't there too long because the place they had a fire. And then I went on to DJ Quinn Hall in Kanturk.
That's right, yeah.
And I went from there to the Sharble Park Hotel, and I ended up in the Woodlands House Hotel in the day.
Yeah, and I must thank you for carrying me with you to Cork.
Yeah,
We were in Cork
I
in
was
Fenian
wondering,
Woods.
I was wondering up that now as well. So we were doing a Sunday night down to the end of the woods in Kenmire, and you were the DJ there every Sunday night.
Yes, no, thank you for that, because you rang me one night there and I had no clue going at that at all, but you convinced me by the end of the phone call that there'd be no bother, but we got through
Yeah.
then, eh?
I know it went not very well for a while now, but my biggest problem was clashing with the Woodlands on the Sunday night. See, at that stage, the hotel was part of one by the crowd. The Fitzgerald family that owned the Woodlands.
Oh yes,
And
that's right.
they were pushing me to do it again on the Sunday, but it was sitting, both places were a bit hit, you know.
Yes, because
they weren't that far apart really, and you were getting the same clientele really.
yeah, you're the catchment area in the middle. We're getting caught between both, like you know, you were losing, yeah.
So yeah, so I kind of ended up in the end of the woods and Woodlands kind of took up completely then after that.
Yeah, that's and we met up then again at a birthday party a couple of weeks ago, and you told me you had a new venture, and here we have a
yeah, my son was playing in a group that night. There's three of them in the group called the Shopaholics.
Yes.
And we were playing for a party that night above in Stokes' Bar in Tullylease, and you happened to walk in yourself a night, and I hadn't seen you for a long time. It was a good old chat, and that was it.
Yeah, we started, and here we are next Sunday night now, and you're starting your first show on Cork Music Station, and we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it now, and hopefully now that people will enjoy some of the music. Now, what I'll be doing solely will be vinyl records. Now, what I was called on my show was Vincent's Vinyl Vintage Record Show.
Oh, lovely, yes.
So it's all, I'll be doing vinyl from the 50s actually right up to the 80s. Half the show is devoted to Irish acts, and the second half then to international acts.
Yeah, it is brilliant now. They have had the funeral shows there that you've seen there now. There's a lovely variety and a lot of songs you wouldn't have heard in a while, like, and they're sounding so good.
Yeah, and some of the stuff I concentrate each week. I do a feature on the show of it each week. Now, unfortunately, I've already done the Dixon if you the Cork ones earlier on, but I'll probably bring them up again now. But this week now I have Big Tom in the Mainlanders featured, and next week I'll have the Nevada show of it. Last week I had the Royal Blues. So I featured 3 or 4. Some of them had 2 or 3 singers with them, so I featured an individual song for each of them as well.
Yes. And every one of them bands, I suppose you could have maybe up to 8 or more in each band at that time.
There was, yeah.
Maybe
the
more.
The really came to life, but I suppose the first one to start was Clipper Carrington, back in 1957, and then down in Washington, then the Royal Showman came about, and Brenda Byrne and Tom Dunphy kind of stole to go over the whole market like they did with the Royal.
Yes.
So that was the early 60s, so really the Showman scene really came to fruition from the early 60s up to the mid-70s, I suppose.
Yeah, it was a great... Yeah,
and at one stage, you had over 500 professional outfit showbiz on the road. So you can just think about the amount of employment and the result generated from the business at that time.
Yeah, and like what I often think they are when we're doing interviews and things like this now, it is the summertime you could go out every night of the week. There'd be a carnival in every town, and the marquee put up.
It was a huge, unfortunately, the whole thing died out. It was a huge business. They were out 5 and 6 nights a week, yeah. The summertime, then the marquees, the carnivals. And
no, it is.
So it took off really big time now.
Yeah, and
like I suppose changing trends came in. Then the halls were cold. There were what we call cold halls. There was no drink inside the halls.
No, I see.
So the bars caught on to put in it, but in the lounge bars and behind some acts as well. So they kind of turned around the whole thing.
They did, like, I suppose, like, when you think of, say, the Stars in Mill Street there now, and the Majestic in Mellon, the old Highland, like, so they were really super buildings, like, way ahead of their time for what they were at, like, yeah.
And you're even dealing with, no, we can't talk about doing that now, but you're in some of the bands they played since they came when they toured, like the Indians and Brendan Shine, they had been there in the old days, and like that they were talking about, where I'd be talking about a couple of hundred people today, they were talking about a couple of thousand people. Yeah,
it is unreal. Like I see
them. I mean, people didn't realise the enormity of it was and what it meant to the economy.
No, that side of it was totally forgot. Like, the petrol to put in the car to travel the distance, because people were travelling the distance, like just
Oh yeah,
wherever.
everyone was getting out.
Yeah,
And it was just let go completely.
yeah, that's it.
It was a pity.
Yeah, because I did good friends there now with Gene and the champions there. But if you go in there to YouTube, there was some down in the Majestic, 3,500 people. Like there wasn't room to stir down there. Like when you watch it, it was unreal. Like to see and imagine how popular it was at the time.
Oh yeah, it was unbelievable. I remember playing Larry Cunningham here one night in the Ashford Tavern now in later years before he died there, and Larry was laughing at me one night about the scene, how much it had drastically changed. He said in the old days, he said you'd have 2,000 people and 200 watts of amplification. And he said, now you're looking to get 200 people and 2,000 watts of amplification.
You turned around the other way around that.
Completely around, yeah?
Yeah.
And that time it was all live music. You didn't have any backing tracks, none of this on the stage.
No.
There were 7 or 8 musicians there playing instruments.
Yeah.
And singing. And maybe one mic among them all.
That's right, yeah, they have to share that, like, through the night, like,
yeah. And two sound boxes, that was it.
Yeah, you know, it was unreal, like, I suppose, it was like everything, like, the talent out there was unreal at the time, like,
it was. Oh, yeah. But even some of the future stars who went on for bigger things, we said, like, Ben Morrison now, and even there's a late now, it's Rory Gallagher, Fisher and Rory Gallagher, they started with show bands.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there was, yeah, that was the groundwork for the international stars.
It was all, yeah. And I messaged you know.
The likes of Joe Dolan. Now, Joe Dolan was an international star. He started off in one go with the local out for the Victors.
Yeah.
And you had Brendan Byrd, and that was huge out in Las Vegas. And he started with the ride. So, see, the big stars had to come out for it. Yeah,
and like if you look back at, you know, if we're looking through things there, they'd been all over the world and greeted as total superstars in different.
Oh yeah. I mean, that stays here in Ireland too. Some of the bigger bands, the singers, they'd have to have security going around because there'd be mob coming off the stage and they couldn't walk to a town or a city, right?
Yeah.
They were treated as superstars of their time.
Yeah. But like, no, that was it. But no,
it's such a different scene today.
It is well. Like even probably like one of the things you hear the older bands talking about is they're all traveling in the one van now. Every lad travels alone to the gigs, like, you know, that even the buzz has really gone out travelling in the van. A lot of them, musicians, like, I suppose the beauty for a lot of them, they were all within a couple of miles of each other and the van would be passing and they'd jump in. Well, nowadays, like, the guitar player could be from Donegal and the keyboard player could be from Wexford.
Yeah, that's what's happening today now, that they're all professional musicians. We say, like, Jimmy Buckley now, most of his band is coming up Donegal and he's living above in Galway.
Yeah.
And he's just what it's, I mean, Robert Mizell is the same situation. A lot of the bands will say that comes back from the showman, a lot of the musicians are coming from the north of Ireland.
Yeah, there would be.
I mean, back in the old days, you had a amount of showmen that came from Derry, like Johnny Quigley now there, Morris Lynch, a lot of them came from up that area, Eddie Cole, and then from on, and then like Big Tom, a lot of them on Susan McCann. I mean, the Bagley came from the top as well there.
Yeah, which Big Tom's band, like the whole lot of them, I think, because it's a radius of 5 miles away from each other, like the not.
That's it, yeah. As you said, they all have that board and said they're past the destination. They're all within a couple of miles of each other.
Yeah, which is a different scene again, like, yeah.
Oh, it was. No. But unfortunately today, the younger generation coming on, they've never seen that. Now, there's a great thing happening now. The younger bands of the day now, the young crowd are coming in now. I know, particularly on the Woodland on Monday night there, they're venting to 100, 120 youngsters now.
Yeah, which is...
for the likes of Jimmy Buckley now, his daughter Claudia, Leona Hagan, all that generation are bringing in the young people with them, which is great. Yeah, and like, there's a new trend out there now, like the youth that can drive, there's a lot of good drivers going into places now. Oh,
like
yeah. So then classes, a load of classes going on now. Yeah, Richard, see some of them dancing really at the pretty shape there.
Yeah, you know, I'd say like there'd be some, like I'd be hardly touching the floor at all, like they're so balanced and there.
Yeah. No, it's amazing.
So, George Langan there have, George from Dublin, one of our DJs there.
I do. Yeah, Joe, he was a guard one time here in West Limerick. Is he from the Tay or something?
He is, yeah. He was down there a couple of weeks ago. He done a show, actually, the night you were in. We were kind of late coming in because we gave a call down to George. He was doing a live broadcast down in Knockdown that night. That's why we were a bit late for coming in.
Oh, you told me that. That's right. I shared him a bit at George Lang, and I spoke to him on the phone, all right? And I know he wrote a couple of songs about America, different songs like that. But
he was a big.
I've never met him individually, personally, I mean, so.
Yeah, he was a big follower of Johnny Lough, I think he was he was often in Joe Hall Park now, he told me, because he called here when he was down and he said once he could find Tower, he'd find his way home because he used to go home that way from the Joe Hall Park.
Let's see, Poor old Johnny Lough, God rest him, he was one nice man.
Yeah, lovely man, yeah.
Yeah, and himself and the wife died just in the short time of his life.
Yeah, that was a real was it 7 weeks at a time, I think, so it's like I remember, yeah. So Vincent, thanks for taking the time out to talk to us, and we'll look forward to your shows from now on and Sunday night.
It's good to talk to you again. Looking forward to the show Sunday night now, and hopefully that will bring back some memories to people. But it will be all mine at the moment anyways.
Yes.
And, strictly we say the first half will be Irish and the second half will be international.
No bother. And no, thanks again, Vincent, for taking the time out, and we look forward to your shows on Sunday.
Welcome, and hopefully we'll be on Sunday night now and here. Hopefully people will enjoy the show.
Yeah, say hello to Betty and all the gang down there as well from us.
Yeah, thanks, Willie.
All right,
and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Thanks, Vincent.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.